And I never really felt that much ownership over that character anyway. There are people who played her before me and people who have played her after me, before Jenna.
So, hi, I'm Jonathan Bloomberg, writing for Movies in Sweden.
Nice. So nice to meet you.
Yeah, the pleasure is all mine. I'm a big fan from way back, from the 90s even. I remember watching Casper as a kid, and I heard that story you told about showing that for your kid, and
Mm.
so that was fun to hear. But now I've obviously watched the first three episodes of this new season of Yellow Jackets, and I've been loving what I've seen so far. And I especially love the way your character and Walter interacts with each other. I just love the chemistry you two have. But I wanted to start out by asking, as I've done with your co-stars as well, since you're actually playing Misty and Samantha is playing Misty as well. I was wondering kind of how you guys uh, made sure that you found the core of the character, because I understand that you you kind of need to find the core, but you're doing it in different timelines. So how did you do that together?
I think that's really hard in general in television as well, because, when you do a film, everything's fixed, beginning, middle, end.
Yeah,
You can really decide who the character is and make a lot of decisions. But with TV, everything is always changing, and the behaviors of the characters are always changing. And when you think like, and I made the mistake in the beginning of the series, thinking like, oh, I could make this decision about her and that decision about her, but then things were written that didn't line up with those choices or decisions. So I think in general with television, you just kind of have to be a little bit more flexible and more behavior oriented. And so I never, so I made those decisions early on. And then after like two episodes during the first season, I was like, well, I have to throw all this out. Like, I can't have these ideas because the writers don't have the same ideas and I'm not writing the story. So I, in general, kind of threw all that stuff out. And I don't know how Samantha approaches the character. I would say that the reason why it works so well with not just me and Samantha, but all the adults and their younger versions, I think it's because the casting was really, really fantastic. And
yeah, it's spectacular.
I think also at this point, the writers are now writing to the strengths, to the things that do make us seem most similar, and highlighting those things instead of writing things that highlight how different we are.
Yeah, that's smart TV making for sure. So you have almost like close to 100 credits to your name on IMDb now. So you've done quite a few different shows and movies throughout your career, and you never know what will like be a successful title when you're making it, especially as an actor, maybe because during the edit it's been remade again. And but now with some hindsight and we us knowing that this is one of those that actually popped, can you kind of track something in this show that is the reason for why this actually was one of those that popped?
I don't really know. I'm sort of never very good at being objective about my work and my career or the projects I'm on. And I always kind of work and focus on what I'm doing. And then I'm either pleasantly surprised by something's success or I don't even notice when it isn't successful. Um, I've just always been someone who has so much going on directly in front of them that those sorts of things just don't occur to me.
Yeah.
But having heard other people talk about the show and why they think it's successful, and I would say that the only thing what really resonates with me is like this idea that characters that normally, they're we're playing against type, and the whole show is against type, well-behaved women and young women. And as adults, the women really get to act out their rage. And I think that that same thing is there for the younger women. And I think that
Yeah.
um that's something we don't see enough of, and something I think people really connect to, especially now when our country and this world is like, we're very aware now of all the problems and all the stressors. And so even if your life isn't necessarily stressful and complicated and you don't feel oppressed in your daily life, I think being aware of what the world is actually like is incredibly oppressive. So I think everybody can sort of relate to what these women are expressing.
Yeah. I was also wondering if there's any similarities at all between stepping into like you did on Wednesday when you have Jenna coming in playing a character that you had played before, and on this show where Samantha is playing the same character as you're playing, how that is for you as an actor doing the same thing that they're doing, but in different circumstances.
Well, I don't really consider, I mean, I feel like Jenna and Samantha are doing very much their own thing that in many ways is not necessary. I mean, yes, Samantha and I share a character in different timelines. But the writing for her is very different than the writing for me. She looks different than I do. She is a different person, different actress. So I feel like she very much gets to have complete ownership over that character and that performance. You take a person and you add 30 years to them, they're almost a totally different human being.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
uh, so I very much feel like while we're playing the same character, we both get to completely own the versions of those characters that we're playing. And with Jenna, I mean, I played that character when I was the last time 12 years old. Um,
yeah.
Character, it's written differently. Um, she's a different age. We are now in the 2020s instead of the 1990s. Like, it's just such a different time and place. And I never really felt that much ownership over that character anyway. There are people who played her before me and people who have played her after me, before Jenna. So
Yeah,
I just, and also, like I said, like I'm not really a person who has the thoughts and feelings that take place like all the way out here. I'm so focused on every day, what I'm going through and all that stuff that I just don't step outside that often to look at concepts like that or to feel things
I
like that.
see. Yeah. So everyone is wondering about the mysteries on Yellow Jackets and who finally is going to be the one with the antlers and everything like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Anna Queen. I thought you were talking about like who's
No.
having an affair. Um,
So
yeah.
is that something that you in the cast like talk about as well, or do you actually really know who it is already?
No, we usually don't know much about anything. I know like Tawny likes to theorize and she has theories. Once again, I'm really so wrapped up in my day to day that like I don't really I don't really think about that so much. Uh I think I have a general curiosity in sort of what happened out there, but I don't know that I'm as wrapped up in the specifics.
Yeah, I got it. So thanks a lot for taking the time to speak
Thank
with me
you.
today, and best of luck with the third season now.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye.